for space heating, that as opposed to putting a very large system like tying it right into your forced air plenum, forced air system, we'll put a fan-driven radiator. So it's literally just a hot water radiator, fan assisted, so it gets a little higher efficiency. Doesn't have to be very large. That's 25,000 BTU heater for the amount of heat that is available. And I won't bore you with this again, but I threw that on there just to go over again why heating is difficult and not as cost effective as domestic hot water heating. Pool heating. Maybe another show of hands. How many people are really even interested in pool heating? Or how many people have a pool? Two? Okay. Pool heating is by far the most cost effective of all the systems out there. Very good payback seen. Here's prop number 3. Instead of using, so it's the exact same thing, it's still an absorber. This is an absorber, it's black, this is painted black, but it's rubber. Now rubber doesn't conduct heat as well as copper, but you can see all the channels in there. We've got a huge amount of surface area, much more surface area than we do with this one channel in copper. So what we lose in the efficiency of the material gaining heat, we gain with surface area. So a tremendous amount of surface area. This is just one design. There's all different types of profiles. Incredibly durable material, and very simplified systems too. Instead of having a heat exchanger or glycol or anything like that, we just take the pool water, which would normally do this, and we have a 3-way motorized valve, and we go up into the collectors, come out the top hot, and dump back in. And we can easily have, if you've got a gas-fired tank or an electric element, you can put it in line too. So this can be, again, preheating before it goes into the conventional heater. Pools have a tremendous amount of heat requirement, so lots of savings that can be made there. I'm going to go at the very end. I've got some case studies, so I'm going to try to go over one of each of these and give you the dollars and cents on it. Right now, I'll just describe all the technologies. So now air heating. I don't have an example of the air heater, but it's virtually identical to this, except we don't send fluid through. So we've got an insulated box again with a glazing on the front. And then it would just, in the case of this, which is Your Solar Home is the supplier, Solar Sheet it's called. It's just an aluminum absorber in there. What happens is at the very top, if you look at the top, you'll see there's a second panel up there. That's actually a PV panel. So we don't have to look for electricity when we install this. It supplies its own electricity. You mount it on the wall. Inside air, if there's a digital thermometer or thermostat there, so if there's heat available, it turns the fan on, which is again electrified from the PV panel. It'll pull air in from the bottom, send it out through the top. So it works whenever the sun's shining, basically. We mount it on the vertical surface. Why? Because the sun, instead of being way up here, the sun's way down here, so the incident angle is pretty good.
Can you actually turn that around and have the hot air flow at the bottom and cold
yeah, you could.
Air?
You could.
Okay.
And that, in my mind, that makes sense. So I've got a picture out there. Actually, one of those two systems, what we did is we actually moved it down here. So we actually pull air from the lower room and we dump it in at the ground level, because it does make sense to have it down near the ground. So.
Do they configure this same okay to work with like an ERV or an HRV?
Yeah, and I mentioned this to another customer earlier. I keep on talking about this RET screen where we can confirm what kind of savings we get and what kind of outputs. We don't have any numbers for these because they're not regulated as of yet. They're just getting in there now as far as having to be tested for any sort of rebates. So, the supplier says it'll supply 500 to 1,000 square feet. When? February, April, what time of the year will it supply that much heat? They don't tell you how many BTUs. So this, again, space heating, less effective. It might be much more effective if you tie it into an HRV. And the reason why is with an HRV, they're never 100% efficient. How many people know how an HRV works, the concept? So what you're doing, you've got the outgoing warm air, hopefully heating or preheating the ingoing cold air. So it's minus 25 out. You're circulating this HRV. You've got 20, let me talk all in Celsius. Yeah, we've got 21 degrees Celsius air going out, minus 25 coming in. We don't have perfect transfer there. So we've maybe got 10 degrees Celsius going out and maybe minus 10 coming in. You've got to heat that air up the rest of the way. So if we can actually pull it through one of these, we can do an awful lot of preheating to that HRV before it gets in. And this is where the real benefit for air heating is. And they've done this, and they've done a nice job combining it with an HRV.
Sorry, I have a few questions on this air heating.
Sure.
Where do they come from?
They're actually manufactured in Canada from outside of Milton, I believe.
And are they custom made, or do they come in one size?
No, they come in a 4x8 size, and then you just add on additional ones. Oh yeah, you could make a whole bank of these, and they are made very modular that they can clip together, and it'll pull air from the last one and circulate through.
And on the other side, are you also able to cool it down?
No, that's the thing. It doesn't do anything. So in the case of an HRV, there's actually a damper that you would flip in the summertime because you don't want to heat that air coming into your house. So you have to have a side damper, so it will just do fresh air intake. So again, air heating only helps you in the heating season. And that's why, to me, domestic hot water still is the first one to always think about because it works all year round and it makes the money for you in the summertime. Space heating. Quite honestly, if we lived in Medicine Hat, which is a much colder climate, these would work better because it's sunnier. You know, Ontario is not all that great. October, November, December, it's pretty dim. So,
can you connect that to your plenum, your air circulation system?
yes, you could. Yeah, you could. I mean, in some ductwork systems, it's not preferable necessarily because then you'd have to get a number of dampers to make sure that you're not pulling air through there when there's not heat available.
This basically heats only one room.
Yeah, yeah. So to tie it into a big system is difficult.
There's no steam analysis. How does this compare to the height that exists at the Bryan Center on Wolf Island?
The solar wall?
Which allows fresh air to go.
Yeah, so very, very different application. So solar wall, and maybe, how many people have heard of solar wall before? It's one of the best examples. Goodyear in Napanee, they've got a huge solar wall out there. Solar wall is an ideal application. It's very simplified. It's a metal covering with dimpled holes in it, which sucks cold air. How am I doing for time? Okay, sucks cold air in, again, heating up makeup air. Most households, your makeup air is pretty limited. You're pulling in, even though you've got an HRV potentially, you're bringing in a very small amount of makeup air. Goodyear, for instance, they've got paint booths, they've got industrial processes where they've got huge fume hoods sending out thousands of CFMs. Every CFM you send out, cubic feet per minute you send out, you've got to bring air in, and if you're bringing in at minus 20, that's costing a fortune to heat. So if they can even add 5 degrees to that, which a solar wall will do, preheating, then it's a real good payback. So for households, it doesn't really make that much sense because we're not pulling that much in. So solar wall is working on making some sort of glazed panel. If you look at this, instead of pulling fresh air, they say fresh air intake optional, typically we're just taking your inside air, which is already pretty warm, and we're just heating it up more. So we've got a certain amount of heat that we can add to it, and we're just trying to boost that temperature. Whereas if we're drawing outside air, we're not going to bring it in at 21 degrees. So if we're bringing outside air with one of these solar sheets, we'd only go into a HRV. Pretty clear?